another one.
Tips for aspiring manual testers. Okay. So it says, I've been learning theory, writing test cases, Jira, and SQL on my own for some time now. I'm eager to learn and improve constantly. What else should I learn besides this? My degree and work experience don't have anything to do with manual testing. No degree does. Could you give me some tips on getting noticed by the employers and hopefully working in this field in the near future? Why, certainly I can do that. That should have been a good question for the clone, but I'm going to take that one on myself. So let's start up our 5 minutes. Okay, so you've been learning theory, writing test cases, Jira, and SQL on your own, and you want some tips on becoming a manual tester. Well, I'm going to have to break it to you in a way that you're not really going to like. I would challenge you first to find a manual tester role, which is not very easy. I remember like when I first started the channel, I was looking like crazy because there were I came across so many people who said, I want to do manual testing. Manual testing is the way. And I was like, well, let's go find out if these manual testing roles exist. Let's go find out. And so then I searched high and low. I searched like under the bed. I went scuba diving looking for manual testing jobs. I took a flight. I even reached out to Mr. Elon Musk himself. I said, Mr. Elon Musk, is there a way that I can get into space to find out if there's any manual testing jobs over there? He politely never replied to me. Okay, I didn't really ask him. I'm just saying. I'm just being, a little bit hyperbolic, But I searched everywhere and I could not find a manual testing role, right? Especially entry level, because a lot of times they'll tell you like, go to manual testing, you'll make $100,000 a year. And I'm like, where does this exist? So then I would look for these manual testing roles and for entry level as well. And they would say, you know what? You need 3 to 5 years of experience. And I'm like, darn it. So I was like, well, what can you do? So this is what you can do, right? Here's what you can do. While you're learning your theory and writing test cases and, Jira and SQL and all that type of stuff, right? Doing all that type of stuff, you are going to need to go outside of just the apply and pray method. So many people, they apply for 1,000 jobs. Hopefully I'll get someone respond to me, and then they get 1,001 no responses. It's discouraging. Honestly, I know of one person who recently landed a manual testing role, and that was a year ago. And when I spoke to them today, they told me that they are actually learning to do automation. That their job said, okay, that was cute. We hired you. And guess what? They weren't even the first choice. The job was going to go with somebody with more experience, but that person with more experience ended up turning down the role. So they said, all right, we're going to give you a chance. And they have been a rock star, but that person marketed themselves like crazy. And that's why I always tell you guys, you got to market yourself. And you need to show what you know, because you have a little resume that has no experience on it. You have to show, and then you have to go, and you might be the second choice if somebody drops out, but you're going to have to learn automation, because their job told them, all right, it was cute that you were a manual tester, but now you're going to have to do automation. So now they're learning, JavaScript and Playwright or Cypress, one of those things, right? But everything leads to automation. So you can say, how about a remote role? How about a remote role for manual testing? How about that? So here's the thing with remote roles for manual testing. Have you ever, even for any type of testing, have you ever gone on LinkedIn and you click one of those remote roles and it says that there are over 100 applicants? Now, LinkedIn has updated that to say this is how many people clicked on the apply button, but still, how many people would you say finish the application if there's like 1,000? Let's say you have LinkedIn Premium. It says like there's 500 people who applied for this manual testing remote role, right? Doesn't that just break your heart? you know? So while you're learning that, I'm gonna say this, right? Create your own internship. I created a video about this the other day. Create your own internship. Plug in with someone who is building it. Let's say this, right? Let's say this. My guy Cam, who just called in, has a YouTube channel. And my recommendation was find something that you are passionate about, something that interests you. Let's say for your YouTube channels, why don't you build a website in Angular that has like an aggregate of all of your content and stuff like that. And now you, Mr. or Mrs. Manual Tester, you go and you reach out to Cam, says, hey, can I do the testing for your Angular application? And doing that testing for the Angular application, you are going to go do all the ins and outs of testing, work in a software development process, whether you're doing Kanban or Scrum or something like that. And then you're like, oh, you know what? I'm also going to write automation tests for this too. And now you are keeping Cam accountable to make sure that he's actually producing his application. And you are learning, testing in the process, building some experience instead of the same old, I'm just going to go to some random website. Like, you know how we've done automation in the past where we went to like Uber Eats and to DoorDash and to Amazon. We did some automation. But no, what I'm saying is, join on a real application, find somebody to team up with, become a team player, work together so that you can build a real experience on a real application that's being built. See, I have all my tech barbarians working on real applications that we put in the atmosphere so that they can build some real experience, have something to talk about. One of my tech barbarians who got an internship over the summer, who ended up saying, they told her, you know, I want to extend this internship until you graduate in October, and then we want you to come on full time. And why was the job so intrigued by them and wanted to keep them instead of somebody else? Is because they had on their resume that they've been working with Docker, they've been working with Git, they've been working with automation, and the job was like, wow, that sounds really intriguing. Like we hope that we can move in that direction at some point. Let's bring you on early and let's see what we can do. All right. So that is my recommendation. If you stop at manual testing, then you might not get that far. Sorry to break your heart. Sorry, not sorry.
Bruh.
Because the last thing I want to say to you is,
congratulations, you played yourself.
But on that note, we're going to wrap that question up.
I walked in the room, felt like a king. With my polished resume, I thought I could swing. They asked me about skills I claim to know, but deep down inside, my mind was moving slow. A smile on my face, but I felt it beneath. The truth creeping in, yeah, it stole all my belief. Caught in the lie, what a tangled web I weave. Thought I was sick, but they just wouldn't believe. Next week they'll call, I already know the score. I'm just hoping they won't slam the closing door. They nodded politely, asked me a lot, but every single answer, man, I just got caught. Thought I had it all, confidence on high. Now I'm just a fish lost in the sky. As I left the room, I could feel the weight. A decision was brewing, and it felt like fate. Caught in the lie, what a tangled web I weave. Thought I was sick, but they just wouldn't believe. Next week they'll call, I already know the score. I'm just hoping they won't slam the closing door. The closing door. Now here's my lesson, clear as can be. Honesty's the way, yeah, that's the key. walked in the room, felt like a king. With my polished resume, I thought I could swing. I walk in the light, what a tangled web I weave. Ooh, thought I was slick, but they just wouldn't believe. Next week they'll call, I already know the score.